Hello, third graders. This is our third week. We are reading Freckle Juice by Judy Blume, and we are on chapter 3. So we know that the boy got his Freckle Juice recipe from the girl that he doesn't like very much, but he paid his 50 cents and he got it, and he's on his way home to see if it's going to work. Andrew ran all the way home. Then he remembered he had to go to Mrs. Burrow's house to get the key. The secret recipe for Freckle Juice was folded carefully in the bottom of Andrew's shoe. He was going to put it inside his sock, but he was afraid that if his foot got sweaty, the ink would blur and he wouldn't be able to read it. So instead of his shoe was a safe enough place. Even if it was windy, nothing could happen to it in there. He made up his mind not to read it until he got home. He didn't want to waste any time getting there, and he wasn't the world's fastest reader anyway, even though he'd gotten better since last fall. Still, here he is running home. Still, there might be hard words, and it would take him a while to figure them out. Andrew pressed her doorbell. "Hello, Andrew," she said as she opened the door. "You're home from school early." "I ran all the way," said Andrew. "How about some milk and cookies?" said Mrs. Burrow. "No, thank you. I just want the key." "Well, come in, Andrew. Your mother's in the living room." Andrew followed Mrs. Burrows. His mother was dealing 4 piles of cards. "Hi, Mom. I came for the key." "Manners, Andrew, manners. Don't say hello. You need to say hello to the ladies," she said. "Oh, hello," said Andrew. Mrs. Marcus reached for her purse. She opened it and gave Andrew the key. "Change your clothes and play outside. I'll be home at 4 o'clock." That only gave him 1 hour. He hoped the recipe didn't say cook anything. He wasn't allowed to turn on the stove or the oven. Andrew dashed to his house, unlocked the front door, and took off his shoes. As soon as he got inside, he pulled out the secret recipe and sat on the floor and read it. It said, "Sharon's secret recipe for freckle juice. 1 glass makes an average amount of freckles. To get like Nikki Lane's, drink 2 glasses. Mix up all of these things together, stir well, and drink it fast. Grape juice, vinegar, mustard, mayonnaise, juice from a lemon, pepper and salt, ketchup, olive oil, and a speck of onion. P.S. The faster you drink it, the faster you will get freckles." Ugh. Do you guys think you would make that recipe? I don't know. So here it is. Here's the picture. He's reading it, looking at all those ingredients he's got to put in there. I don't know if I could drink something like that. That's gross. But I guess if you really wanted freckles. Andrew read the list twice. It didn't sound much of a recipe. His mother used those things every day. Of course, she didn't use them all together, so maybe that was the secret part. Well, he'd paid 50 cents. He might as well find out. He climbed up on the kitchen counter so he could reach all the cabinets. He found everything except the lemon. That was in the refrigerator, and the onion. Mrs. Marcus kept onions in the basement in a bin. Andrew ran downstairs and selected one. Since the recipe called for only a speck, with or without the skin, Andrew wondered. Do you guys know what the skin of a lemon is? It's like that papery part. He chose a big blue glass. He started with just 1 glassful and then drink another if he wanted more freckles. No point overdoing it the first time. That's what his mother always said. Now first, the grape juice, Andrew thought. He filled the glass halfway and added an ice cube. All drinks taste better cold, and he was sure this one would too. Then he added all the other ingredients one by one. His mother had 2 kinds of vinegars, wine vinegar and plain vinegar. Andrew picked the wine. He put some hot mustard and 1 spoonful of mayonnaise and plenty of salt and pepper. Then some ketchup, and that was hard to pour. But what about the olive oil? His mother had vegetable oil, but no olive oil. Maybe that stuff that looked like water in the olive jar was what Sharon meant. So he put in a few spoonfuls of that. Now for the lemon. Andrew cut 1/2 of lemon and squeezed it. Oh no, a seed dropped in by mistake. He picked it out with a spoon. He hated pits in his juice. Now all he needed was a speck of onion and he was all set. He stirred up the drink and smelled it. Oh, it smelled awful, just plain awful. He'd have to hold his nose while he drank it, so he stuck his tongue into the glass just to taste it. Oh, it was terrible. He didn't know how he would ever manage to get this down, and fast. It said to drink it very fast. That old Sharon, he thought. She probably thought he wouldn't be able to drink it. Well, he would show her. He would drink it all right. Andrew held his nose and tilted his head back and gulped down Sharon's secret recipe for Freckle Juice. He felt like throwing up. It was really bad. But if he didn't, but if he did, he'd never get his freckles. No, he would be strong. Andrew crept into his mother's bedroom. He didn't feel well enough to walk. He sat on the floor in front of the full-length mirror. He waited for something to happen. Here he is, holding his nose and putting his head back, trying to drink the gross recipe. And that's the end of that chapter. So he's sitting there waiting in front of the mirror to see if little freckles are going to pop out. What do you guys think? Do you think he'll get freckles? All right, we'll find out next week. I will see you guys. And if you need to come to the library, I am there every Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 12:30. And if you need a different time, you can email me. But if you come to pick up your lunch, that is a perfect time to also pick up a book. So remember, we are all reading Freckle Juice by Judy Blume if that is what you would like, if you guys want to follow along and get a book like that. Okay, I will see you next week. Bye.